Welcome back to another episode of Can You Stash It?
With your host, Jim Carrey. Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I'm joking. Although, dude, I believe that this is this is an extras episode, right?
Yes,
it
is.
Where everything is...
Oh, don't worry. I got you.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Ladies
dude,
and gentlemen, welcome
back.
to and DNA Studios Extras episode where
where
everything is...
extra thick with content.
Exactly.
And of course, Jim Carrey, because, why not?
Why? Because he has a...
Mustache? Yeah.
Yes, he does.
So you guys might have guessed what we're going to be talking about. And before we do, let's do our intros, dude.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here. Right here in the flesh.
It's me.
What are your other two wishes?
Hi there. Yeah, really.
Yeah. This guy is Aaron Goldman, or Juicy Hef, as some people like to call him.
Did you just really, dude? Did you introduce me that way? Juicy Hef?
Yeah.
What am I? If you say bubblegum?
Yep, you are. And juicy.
Oh, God. But dude, I don't look extra thick.
No, not really.
I just have an extra thick personality.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and this over here is DJ Lewis, or Dante, or as I like to call him, Mr. himself.
And special.
Yeah, the OG Mr.
Exactly.
guy over here. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, and dude, and guys, as you might have guessed, and Dante, I'm sure you already know.
Oh yeah.
We are going to be talking about, in this DNA Studios Extras episode, we're going to be talking about Sonic 2.
We saw it.
Yeah, and actually, just to guys give you an idea of how, as Jim Carrey would say, how much of a, I'm gonna let him say it, but let me make sure my volume is up here. Just to make sure that just as Jim Carrey would say, let me show you how much of a.
Would you like to see how big a man I can be?
Right, dude?
Exactly.
So anyway, yeah, as Jim Carrey would say, yeah. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And dude, go ahead, I'm going to let you take the lead on this.
Awesome.
You're the Sonic expert, so.
Yes, I am the Sonic aficionado.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I am. But yeah, guys, if you look on our site, we actually have a review of the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie. We saw it. We loved it.
We did.
It was awesome.
So, dude, let me ask you something.
Really?
No, you let me ask you.
What were your thoughts going in, dude, before you even saw the movie, after the first one? What did you think? Because a lot of people were wondering how the second one was going to go.
Right.
Whether they're going to mess up something. And like a lot of the Sonic fandom really was watching, right, their next move,
That's true.
So, dude, what was your thoughts on it? Did you expect it to be what it was, or what did you think?
Well, a lot of people had a lot of people had speculations of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like the first one being the logo for Sonic 2, because if you saw at the end of the number 2,
They had the tails.
It had tails too.
Yeah, 2 tails.
And not only that, if you saw the post-credit scene for the very first movie, you already knew right off the bat that Tails was going to be in the second one.
Hey, dude, that reminds me of something, dude. That Tails thing, yeah. So shout out to Kyle Bear, because he's the one who does this at a con. But you know the Kyle Bear thing where there's a video out there that does this where he's like, 1 man, 2 men, 3 men, 4 Super Saiyans. He's like 1 tail, 2 tails, 3 tails, 4 tails, and 5 Jinchuriki. Anyway.
Oh, man, that's
Anyway, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kyle. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. Dude, it's hard to believe that right now we've already saw the second movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. Sorry to do this
okay.
again. But okay, there's another joke in there, right? You know the whole Wake Mundo and Gohan thing that Kyle does.
Oh yeah.
So, can you imagine that, right? But it's like Sonic meets Gohan or meets Dragon Ball Z. He's like Sonic's just like he's just like so he's just like you're a Super Saiyan, are you? And it's like yeah. And he's like please join me in my universe. He's like Sonic. He's like, is that a restaurant or something? He's like can I take your order? Sonic would say, and Gohan's like, no. You can't, you little hedgehog. Anyway,
Hey, Jeff, write this down.
Yeah, and also Kyle Bear. Next time we do a live stream, Sonic meets Gohan. Interesting.
And Death Battle, we know what you're watching.
Yeah, Death Battle, we know you're watching, so please take notes.
Oh man, can you believe that in 2019
Sorry.
they were gonna give us that ugly car dealership looking rat with human teeth?
Oh, dude, and they had those nasty fingernails.
Yep.
Oh, dude, that thing looked ugly. Like, dude,
Exactly.
okay, I can understand why in the first movie Sonic was like, why? Because you shot me. Well, if I looked like that, I'd shoot me too.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole fandom wanted to shoot him back then.
Really?
Yeah, whatever that was.
Oh, man.
Oh man, and speaking of that, dude, it also kind of brought up another abomination that I refuse to talk about.
Uh-oh, you mean Dragon
You
Ball?
know who you are.
You mean Dragon Ball Evolution? Oh, wait, we don't talk about that. That doesn't exist. Or is that Cowboy Bebop?
I don't know, whichever one we're not allowed to talk about.
We're not allowed to talk about both of them, technically. The fandom... And Netflix just all of a sudden, like, oh, we never did a live-action Cowboy Bebop. They just
Oh, it
erased
doesn't
from
exist.
history.
Oh, we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
went ahead and zeroed it out of
But
existence.
but the fans will always remember that there was some kind of mess up or big epic fail, right, dude?
Yep. They know what you did.
Yeah, it's like Netflix. We're watching you. We know what you did, right, dude?
Spit out a piece of gum or we'll find you.
Yeah, it's just like it's you. Throw out that chewing gum before I steal it from you. Before I throw it in the trash. It's like,
man.
oh, you stuck a nasty piece of chewing gum under the seat, Netflix, and we're watching you. And that chewing gum was Dragon Ball Evolution and Cowboy Bebop, right, dude?
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Sonic.
I know. Back to Supersonic.
Back to what is it? Going fast.
Yeah, going fast and staying fast. So yeah, I'm going to read you guys an overview without spoiling too much if you haven't seen it yet.
Well, before you do, dude, did you going into the movie? Did you really think it was gonna be good, dude?
Honestly, after seeing everything that happened in the first one, I kind of had an inkling that the second one was going to be pretty good.
I had a good feeling about it, but I wasn't sure. You know.
Yeah,
So-
actually, what I didn't expect is Knuckles. Knuckles to come into so soon.
I also didn't expect the writing to be so good because they did a really good job with some of the characters and like the part where Sonic's like he's just like for a guy whose name is Knuckles,
You're
he's
really
like,
bad at
you're
punching."
really bad at punching. That was good.
And of course, when everyone saw the trailer like 8, 9, 10 months ago, their favorite part was like, "Do I look like I need your power?"
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, when everyone saw Knuckles for the first time, they just went crazy.
Yeah. He does have big knuckles.
He does, and he doesn't chuckle.
Chuckle with
He
the
rather
knuckle.
flexes me.
Hey, dude,
Chuckle with Knuckles.
dude.
That should be a talk show, actually.
Yeah, chuckle with knuckles. No, but dude, if you were asking whether you could get a knuckle sandwich, that's the guy to do it for you. Is
Yep,
Knuckles.
that would be.
Hey, dude, they should do a Burger King special called a Knuckles sandwich, a knuckle sandwich, and have Knuckles on the front.
A
of it.
Knuckles
Yeah,
sandwich.
Knuckles sandwich. Where it has like Knuckles on the thing. Burger King, if you're watching, or McDonald's, if you're watching, great idea for a slogan. You can make thousands of dollars off this.
I know, right?
Just to call us up if you want to sponsor us, we'd be happy to have you sponsor. Right?
Give us some free
Yeah.
quarter pounders. That'd be
Yeah,
cool, because
really.
this dude can put them away.
Not that I like eating fast food.
Yeah,
But
well.
anyway, so yeah, dude.
Keep it with them quarter pounders, and you will be.
Thick, yeah, really, and chunky.
So yeah,
Dude,
guys.
instead of going fast, it would be like that turtle scene from Sonic.
I know,
where you're
right?
sitting there crawling and Sonic comes along and he's like, "Hey, dude, is it you want to go fast for a day?"
He's like, "Whoa, hey, you got you."
Yeah. He's like, "Oops," and the turtle goes,
Yeah,
"Oops."
he goes flying.
Yeah.
That part was actually kind of
Oops.
funny.
Yeah.
And he's shaking at the end.
Anyway, so dude, go ahead.
But yeah, so the second movie picks up where the first one left off, where Dr. Robotnik, Jim Carrey, is stuck on the mushroom planet. And he's trying to find his way back.
Yeah. He's like, a Rizzo man would have died here. Wait, let's go back to that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So yeah, it actually picks up where the last movie left off.
Yeah, and here you go.
You hear some audio for you.
Why don't you get a head start? Do some reconnaissance! Reconnaissance! Come on, that's hilarious! What's the matter with you? Here's the cinch. Uninhabited planet. No resources, no supplies, no apparent way home.
A normal man would have died here. No, then.
A lesser man would die here.
There you go. Anyway.
Yeah, he probably would've.
So it starts out like that, right, dude?
Yeah, it starts off like that. And then like 2 minutes into the movie, you see this portal. this golden border, and all of a sudden Knuckles just comes out. He's like, "Where is it? Where is it?" And then I guess he was. Oh yeah, he was actually talking about. He was talking about Sonic, of course, and that's pretty much how the movie opens.
So, dude, what was the house scene? Because there's that one house scene.
I remember this one.
The clip in the
I don't
house.
know how you got back, but you made a big mistake coming here.
Oh, contraire, mon frère. The mistake was thinking you had won.
I get it.
I don't think you do. But you're about to.
Like this scene
Yep.
right here when he's like,
And then hello.
Knuckles comes in. Yeah.
And he just goes flying.
Yep. Yeah. Here, turn it on.
Yep. I remember that.
Pitiful.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah.
Where
Where
are my
are my
manners?
manners?
Jim Carrey was fantastic.
Yeah, he
Anyway,
was.
so dude, go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Oh, but yeah. Yeah, so honestly, guys, definitely go see the movie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, we can't play too much because
Yeah.
you get
because it's
sued
still
and
streaming.
copyright,
It's still streaming in theaters.
But
All in all, I would probably say when you and I first saw the movie,
yeah,
at first I didn't know what to expect out of like the different coming trailers, but after we saw it, I gotta say, when you have a franchise, if you're gonna do now we're gonna tie in a little bit of live action and of course a little bit what happens when it goes wrong.
Well, so dude, the biggest thing with this though, Dante, was it like you said, when you have a franchise like this and then you have an audience who's so devoted to it.
Right.
What I liked about this was that the fan base to Sonic really stepped in and they said, hey, look, this is, you can't, you're doing this you're going around this all wrong,
you can't
right?
Be around it can't be a cash grab like Evolution was.
Exactly, and like they really stood up and said, "Hey, look, this is how we want it. This is how we like it. It's just like you can't go about this the wrong way, otherwise you're going to ruin the entire thing for everybody."
Yeah.
And they really stepped up and made changes, and that's good to see a fan base that stands up for what they love, right?
Yeah, I kind of wish other fan bases did the same thing for certain series. That we
Yeah,
love.
Dragon Ball and anime fan base, we're talking to you guys. Stand up for what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One Piece
Say
don't
something.
One Piece, don't even get me started with you. Cowboy Bebop.
Bebop, yeah.
We're you too.
Yeah,
You
we're
too.
looking at you guys, Cowboy Bebop fan base, especially our generation, since you guys actually did actually grow up with the show, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Anyway.
also one cool thing about the live action Sonic franchise is the fact that it's being directed by a hardcore Sonic fan, Jeff Fowler.
Yeah, which is really awesome to see. I wish other movies like this would have been directed by, and they also were in touch with the original creator of Sonic, which is
Right.
really cool that he worked with them and like right alongside them to actually help make this thing as awesome as it was.
Not only that, the amount of source material that they had to pull from was like vast, and they actually pulled source material from Sonic X. You remember that one back in the day?
Well, dude, I used to watch Sonic
Yep.
X. Yeah.
The Archie comic Sonic.
Yeah.
Even the video games, they had so much material to pull from.
I felt like, dude, as someone who's not really a huge Sonic fan, like I grew up with Sonic, but I never really got too much into it.
Right.
I felt like this movie and the two movies, the first one and the second one, kind of made me into a Sonic fan because of the film.
I think for the franchise itself, I think what it's trying to do is not only try to bridge the gap between new and old fans, but it's also like a reintroduction to who Sonic is.
Yeah.
Because, well, back in a long time ago, Sonic wasn't exactly loved.
Yeah.
Because his games weren't exactly. Let's just say that for most hardcore fans, their games was kind of like.
Well.
And also.
Okay, so maybe it might not have been as bad as you as bad as you're making out to be. It might have been more like this.
Right.
It wasn't as exciting as some of the other titles out there. So I think a lot of people were distracted by Nintendo games and Mario because of the thing. But I think that the creator for Sonic, where he did a good job, was he did a great job in making the character
appealing.
Yeah, appealing, but also interesting. But also, he would kick it up a notch with the whole Chaos Emeralds and the power scaling and the way he did stuff, right?
And
also
Supersonic.
Supersonic, and then bringing in other characters who were really powerful and other factors in the story. He juiced it up a bit and like brought it up to another level. Whereas like because Mario had the fire powers and the games were really crazy.
Right.
But the guy who did Sonic, he's like, oh, is it just because Mario does it doesn't mean I can't have my story juice it up? But he did it in a really unique way, which really kind of draws you in to the story, which is good. I mean, dude. And guess where he got that inspiration from? Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, for Supersonic.
For Supersonic. Yeah, he saw Goku and he's like, hey.
He's like, ooh, Sonic should be gold.
Yeah, Sonic should be glowing gold, and
he should. He should be
able to do this every once in a while. Oops, not that. Sorry.
Not cheer.
Yeah, he should be able to do this every once in a while.
Get the Chaos Emeralds and power up.
Exactly.
Which he does in the movie, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, the Supersonic is in the movie.
Yes, he is. Yeah, you'll see Supersonic at the end. Yeah,
definitely. But oh man, the director for Sonic actually paid really close attention to detail because there's actually tons of references, like in the labyrinth scene. Yeah, that was actually taken from the labyrinth zone in the first Sonic game.
And so, dude, what about Jim Carrey's machines? Were they taken directly from the game and also from the different versions of the Sonic series?
In this version, yeah, because you actually see what resembles the Buzz Bombers.
Yeah.
But like the badniks from the game.
Yeah.
So they actually take that inspiration from there, and you also see the Eggmobile.
Yeah, that little ball thing that he rides in.
Well, it's basically it
looks like Frieza's spaceship kind of.
And also Bowser's clown car, if you remember that one.
Frieza in his like small form, he has that little like thing he rides in.
Yep.
So
that little bubble car.
Yeah, little bubble. Yeah. Floating hover, the little hover vehicle.
Yeah. But yeah, they definitely took inspiration from that one, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do for the third one. But they took inspiration from that, and I think what Jim, and this is the cool thing about Jim Carrey, if there's a role that he really likes, he will dig deep into it.
Oh yeah, dude, he really got into it. I feel like this is one of his best roles, Jim Carrey.
It is.
He made the movie so much. To be honest, right? The act of the cast for Sonic and Sonic 2, especially Sonic 2, because you already know Sonic, so Ben Schwartz really brings a lot of character and a lot of like Sonic. He really brings out Sonic.
He does.
And then the actor who played Knuckles did a really good job. I thought he nailed it. Right. But Jim Carrey brings a lot too. Dr. Robotnik.
Jim Carrey was literally the star of the show.
Yeah, the way they wrote Jim Carrey, the lines, like just some of the things that he brought. The scene I like is where he's inside that giant robot. He's like guitar solo. He's doing the thing with his leg. Yeah, he's like doing the thing with his leg, and he's like dancing inside. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
He just like just some of the stuff that he does. It's like 90s Jim Carrey all over again.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
They're trying to turn him into the Jim Carrey that us 90s kids know him to be.
He was both energetic, just like Sonic and Knuckles were, but also hilarious in a way that just is like only Jim Carrey can do.
Exactly. Exactly. Only Jim Carrey.
Did you ever see the movie? There's a movie called Liar Liar. And it's about a kid, and Jim Carrey's the father. It's about a kid who wishes, or I think it's a kid. It's either a little boy or a little girl who wishes their father couldn't lie the entire day. And there's a scene where Jim Carrey is in court as the father, and he asks him to pause for a second so he goes use the bathroom. He goes in the bathroom and he goes in the toilet seat. He starts like hitting himself with the seat and the doors. Yeah. And the guy walks in. He goes, "What the heck are you doing?" And Jim Carrey goes, "I'm kicking my ass."
Oh man!
But yeah, it's like that. It's so funny. Yeah.
So, dude, I think what's gonna happen now that the second movie's doing really well and they've already introduced the third. Yeah. There's what's gonna happen, and this is my prediction. I think Paramount is gonna go the Marvel route and create Sonic with his own cinematic universe.
So, do you think Supersonic and the other forms for Sonic will be in the next movies? Because Sonic has quite a couple of different forms.
He does actually.
So
in the first one. I know in the first one he always had that blue lightning form. Yeah. Where he gets where he has that special power. Yeah. And then in the second one he does become Supersonic. So I think in the third one Supersonic does return.
Cool.
From what
According
I'm
to some of the comics and to some of the games, there's like so many different levels. Like,
There is.
Depending on how many emeralds he has, and also which cast emeralds he gets, and how many and all the different things he has, he can power up to like a level that's crazy.
he could.
So-
He has a hyper form.
Yeah,
Hyper form where he just glows the 7 different colors of the emeralds.
that's cool.
So yeah, that makes him even more powerful than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, honestly, I would say if I were to give this movie a review, it's definitely one of those movies that's so nice you got to watch twice.
Of course, yeah.
And with the third one in development, as well as the spin-off origin story featuring Knuckles coming to Paramount Plus, the Sonic Cinematic Universe is
Yeah.
only going to get bigger. Marvel got theirs, and Sonic has his.
Yeah, and dude, this should do wonders for Sega, because Sega needs the kind of more attention right now.
Yeah, it does.
Um,
Yeah, they're reinventing Sonic's brand.
You know what's cool though? If Sega does get more attention and Sonic does well, they might do this to other iconic characters that Sega has. So, for example, right? Sega is also the one that does the Hatsune Miku games, right? So
That's true.
you could, no, I'm not saying this is going to happen,
Oh.
but it could pay more attention to other characters that are created by Sega or the Sega franchise, or other characters that are licensed by Sega. Now, Miku is, I think, Krypton Future Media, but
Right.
Sega also does the games and stuff like that. So that might bring more attention to other characters like Sonic and other franchises where they could do other movies.
Oh, they're good.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Sega, if you ever did a Miku movie, pretty cool. Or animated Miku movie, pretty cool. But
That would be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
just
All right,
saying.
dude. So, let me ask you something.
What? Anyway, go ahead.
What rating would you give this movie on a scale from 1 to 10?
Oh, you mean me personally?
You
Dude,
personally,
You know I'm hard on movies, right, dude? I'm
Right.
a critic when it comes to films and anime. I would say it's definitely. I would say if I had to rate it personally, with the way they did it and how they tied in a lot of things, I wouldn't say it follows a lot of the a lot of the original,
a lot of the lore behind it.
yes, and also some of the original content and games, which is great, but it also throws a very kind of new spin on a already told story.
Right.
So, and depending on how you look at it, that's both good and bad, depending on your view on that. For me, since I never much of a Sonic fan at the beginning of it, and then also I had played only very few Sonic games, I really liked this movie and the first one.
Right.
So I'd say this gets at least at 90%.
Right.
For me. And now I think it got higher than the 90s. I think in the actual tomato score, but I'd say at least at 90%. I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I think now, unfortunately, for a lot. I don't really like to touch
Which is like an A
Rotten
rating
Tomatoes
for me.
too much.
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes a lot of those critics can be a little biased.
Yeah.
But I think for if let's just say you're brand new, you know nothing of Sonic, and you see the first and second movie, and you're automatically thinking like, oh, this is really cool. I really like this part. I really like that part. And then you go back and you kind of look at some of the, if you get the chance, go back and look at some of the source material that they pull from. You kind of understand that, yes, it's not exactly going to follow exactly the way that the video games, television shows, and comics portray it, but really, it's pretty much an amalgamation of all these things put together.
And I think they did a good job with that.
It's callbacks, basically.
Yeah, and I think they did a good job with that. Not every franchise that does a film like this does. Like Dragon Ball did a horrible job with the Evolution franchise. It was terrible. It was one of the worst movies ever. But
and I think the person that we ought to thank for this would be Jeff Fowler, because
well, also the creator as well. Because remember, the creator wanted to do this in the
Right.
first place. The guy who created Sonic wanted to tell a story but tell it differently.
Right.
So, and I think they did a good job of piecing parts together and only making sure they took certain parts that made sense and putting them together, and then creating kind of a new, creating the same story but told differently.
Right.
Which is a really cool thing, right? That's pretty awesome to see that they can do stuff like that. In fact, I wish that they would do a better. I wish that other movies and other franchises would do a better job. Yeah, took notes and did a better job of when you are gonna tell a story. Like Cowboy Bebop or like Sonic or like anything like that, right? And you want to do like a live action spin on that, you could tell the same story, but make minor changes like Sonic did, and still tell the same story, but just with little difference. Instead of changing the whole cast or changing the main villain or whatever, right? Keep the same bad guys, but make little alterations or little pieces in there from other parts of the original, from other parts of the story, and just minorly change it, right?
Right.
Just enough that it stands alone as a live action, but doesn't ruin the whole franchise.
True.
And Sonic 2 did that very well. It took source material, tweaked it a tiny bit, and then made it into something where it still fits with the original stuff, but also does a great job of being a standalone film too, as itself.
Yeah,
if you had to.
a standalone
Yeah.
franchise.
It both honors the original, but also is a standalone franchise by itself, or could be a standalone franchise by itself. So yeah,
and it pays attention to detail.
Yeah. So Netflix and also Kira Toriyama and anyone else who's watching, or if you are watching, take notes, because there's no reason why why you can't do this, or why anyone else can't do this. Make sure you're watching. Disney, stop buying everybody, and and allow people to have a little more freedom in the Hollywood universe.
Yeah,
you know?
That would be good.
Hollywood is a giant universe. There's no reason why Disney. You don't need to own everything.
You don't need no more stuff.
Yeah.
You're good. You don't need no more stuff.
Yeah, really.
All right, so I think this will pretty much wrap up the review. So I personally gave it, like you said, a 90.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, dude.
Yeah,
I
did.
fun.
I
think something that would add to this, dude, is I think that if you are a hardcore Sonic fan, right, and you know Sonic well, having and if you're someone like me who's not really a big Sonic fan but became one because of the movies, it's good to have someone who knows the franchise. Like I had Dante with me, which is good. I feel like it's good to have someone who knows the franchise with you, because if you're a little lost or you don't understand something, someone who knows the franchise can kind of help you kind of piece the story together. Yeah, and fill in parts you might not be familiar with, right?
Right.
Which is, I think, something that a lot of the franchises didn't do. So, for example, Ghost in the Shell. Some people who watched Ghost in the Shell weren't familiar with the show or the anime, so they're missing parts of it, right? And I think the franchise didn't do very well because they changed too much of it to make it similar, and that's why people didn't quite understand.
True,
the connections.
true.
Whereas this did a very good job. Sonic did a very good job of keeping things kind of what the fan base recognizes and knows,
Right.
And sticking with that, but doing slight altercations, like I was saying before. So
Right, definitely. So all in all, guys, go see the movie.
Yes, go see the movie. It gets an A rating from us.
Yep, it gets an official A rating from us, DNA Studios Extras. So, hopefully we've granted your wish.
Yep.
And as always,
and you have all the Chaos Emeralds, and you are now a Super Saiyan or a Super Sonic.
And now,
Your wish has been granted.
Farewell.
next time.
Peace. Stay out of trouble.